Hello, Miami. Welcome to Let's Chat with Disco George. My people, Happy New Year. I am so happy to be back and see you again. I want to appreciate all the people that keep following and watching and liking and commenting. I love your participation with all these videos. And today I have a fantastic guest, Carlos Blanco with the Big Woof. He's having a fantastic event this weekend with corgis, all breeds, many breeds, frisbees, you name it. And at the end, it's going to end with a fantastic happy hour. So he's going to be here now, tell us all the details, and make sure you get your tickets because this is going to be an event you do not want to miss. Carlos, welcome to the show.
Thank you, George. Really appreciate it. Listen,
when I heard about your event, I was so excited because number one, I love dogs. I've owned dogs since
whole life.
Since practically since I was a baby. But as you get older, you get your own dogs, and your dogs become part of the family.
Absolutely.
And it's. I'm part already. I own a dachshund, and I'm part of the Miami Dachshund group, and they do incredible events. But you took this and you've blown it up for everybody. So it's going to be a 2-day event. So let's start with Saturday. What's going on? Let's start off with Saturday.
So this Saturday, the 17th, we start at 10 in the morning. The show runs from 10 to 5, or the festival runs from 10 to 5 each day. So at 10, we start off with the qualifiers for the corgis. So we have 38 corgis registered to run. And so we have to whittle that field down for the championship, which is 10. So we have the qualifiers at 10:30. From there, 10 will go on to the championship race, which is at 1 o'clock. We follow that up with the Miami City Miami Canine organization that's doing a...
What time is that?
That is at 11.
Is it 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have the frisbee, the Disconnected Canines World Famous Frisbee organization.
Okay.
So they'll put on a whole frisbee show with the dogs. The interesting about them, besides being world famous, is that all these dogs come from rescues. So it's not dogs that have been bred.
Are those the collies, the collie dogs?
There's all sorts of different breeds within them. But border collies make a large majority of that, the troop. Then we will have an opening ceremony with a ribbon cutting ceremony, I should say.
Okay.
As of right now, the mayor Metro-Dade plans to be there, Miami-Dade, I should say.
Okay.
Commissioner Damian Pardo, who's the commissioner for the Grove area, will be there. Ron McGill, who's our festival ambassador, will deliver a speech.
You got Ron McGill, and you get Ron McGill, you got a great event.
He is awesome. And my own brother will be delivering a poem there as part of the ceremony. So we proceed from there to the championship race, which is the corgis at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
And then after that, we have our famous reveal, What's Your Breed contest. So what we did was, before the event, we sent DNA kits to a set of dogs that are not of breed, shall we say. And we're doing the Jerry Springer big reveal, who's your daddy, on stage.
Oh my God, how funny.
You'll find out what those dogs are, what they really are, as opposed to what you think they are. And then we have the canines again, and then we have a contest called Woof It Up. So Woof It Up is a howling contest for the beagles and the hounds. So we're going to find out who's Miami's loudest howler. And there's prizes, and there's trophies, and there's medals for all these contests. So it's not just for bragging rights. You're actually going to get something of value if you.
And are there still openings to participate, or are they taken already?
We are booked, thank God.
Oh wow.
We have too many, but we'll make it work. And then we'll have the canines again. The disc canine show repeats 3 times during the day. And then we end with an agility course demonstration by Sonny, who's a golden retriever, who's pretty famous, does commercials, and also is an expert in agility courses. So that's the rundown for Saturday. And then Saturday. Then Sunday, we kind of go through the same thing, but a few different contests. So we have the Lowrider Rumble, should be very appropriate for you.
Yes, I'm going to definitely be there for that one.
So working in conjunction with the Miami Dachshund Club, Adriano, who's been absolutely fantastic. We've got 28 Dachshunds registered.
Wow.
So we'll do the qualifiers in the morning to whittle the field down to 10, and then at 1 o'clock we'll have the low rider rumble final with the 10 fastest Corgis, 10 fastest Dachshunds in Miami, I would gather. We do the City of Miami demonstration, but it's a different demonstration than the first day in terms of the canines.
Okay.
The disco,
am I running into one of those races or what?
the disc canines go through the show again. We do that show, I think it's 4 or 5 times during the weekend. Then we have the Golden Glam contest.
Okay.
And the Golden Glams is sponsored by VCA. And the Golden Glam is a fashion contest with a full runway and a pose the moment, take a shot, and the red carpet thing for the Golden Retrievers.
Okay.
And again, there'll be prizes for that as well. We will do a Woof It Down contest to determine who is the fastest eater in Miami. So
I think I should be part of that one because
there's a lot of humans that can compete with those dogs.
I went to public school. You know, you had to eat really quick before
they ran out or they took it away from you.
I'm still eating it. I don't let nobody take my food.
And then we'll do Sunny in the Spotlight again. We'll do the disc canines again, and so that's the flow. And then the happy hour, which is a separate ticket that you can purchase for the event, is actually on Saturday.
Okay.
From 5 to 7. And that happy hour will, if you buy the ticket, you get a ticket for the event. Your dog gets a special baggie of special things. You get a drink over at Bayshore Club.
Okay. Which is not that far from the park.
No, it's right across.
You could practically walk there.
We're walking. Yeah, you walk. And there will be a special bar set up by a Doggy's Paradise, and it's a bar for dogs.
That's awesome.
And drinks and food for dogs. So, you know, you can relax.
Do you have shots for dogs?
I think there's beer for dogs. But so you can relax, and your doggy will be taken care of next door right at the bar.
That's great. And where is the easiest way to get the tickets?
You go to thebigwooffest.com.
Okay.
And there you'll see a link that says purchase tickets. Click through there. It goes through our Eventbrite ticketing partner. And you'll see the different options. There's a VIP ticket. There's an adult ticket. There's a child, which is free, a senior, which is discounted.
Okay.
And then we have something called the Wolf Pack, which is a set of 4 tickets at a discounted price as if you bought them separately. And then important to note is that every dog needs a ticket. So you do have to get a ticket for your dog. It's free.
Okay.
But we're registering every single dog for the purposes of security and making sure that, you know, everybody that shows up is a responsible dog owner, because what we don't want is a, you know,
exactly. You want all the dogs to be leashed and
that's an excellent point as well. All dogs must be leashed, 1 owner per dog, and the leash cannot be retractable. It has to be a maximum 6-foot leash, non-retractable.
Okay.
If don't follow those instructions, your dog is not going to be allowed in, and then you're going to have to tell the dog.
Yeah, and no dogs in heat. I'm sure.
Well, I'm assuming the responsible owners will figure that out.
Listen, sometimes you have to say it, unfortunately, but you know it happens. I've been to many events that dogs get out of control, and you know we want to prevent that. So we want to make sure that, you know, we say it just in case somebody's like, oh, I didn't know, or something.
And an important point to make is that it's a dog lovers festival.
Correct.
It's not a dog festival, and so there's a distinction there. You know, it's like kids, right? There's a time that you want to spend time with your kids, and there's a times you don't want your kids around. So.
Right.
If you love dogs, you love everything about dogs, you love the contest, and you want to have a day of entertainment without your dog, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Especially because there are some dogs that have social anxiety, social issues, that can't be around that many dogs. Leave your dog at home, no problem. Come to the festival. You'll still enjoy everything that resonates for dog lovers. I
was gonna add, of course, you know, Miami. You know, we always. You know, I'm Cuban time. You know, you always wait for the last minute to buy. Can you buy tickets at the location?
There's no on-site box office. All ticket sales are only online, and capacity is limited.
Okay.
So Regatta Park, if you haven't been there, is a beautiful park right next to City of Miami City Hall, right on the water. It's about 92,000 square feet. It's a ticketed event with a fence around it.
Okay.
And so there are capacity restrictions because of zoning laws, and so once we sell out for the tickets,
somebody's going to be able to just walk right in.
No, if we sold out, you'll go to the website and you won't be allowed to buy a ticket because there's no more capacity.
All right. And the number one question in Miami is parking. Is where is the parking going to be at? Because I'm sure you're expecting thousands of people to show up.
So that's very important. There's a parking garage across the park, right in front of the Bayshore Club. There's also parking in front of the park. But I would ask everybody to really consider rideshare. There's going to be a rideshare area for pickup and drop off, because there's no way that anywhere in the Grove you have enough parking.
Exactly. Yeah. The first thing I thought was like parking. I'm like, I know I heard the expectation. It's thousands of people are going to be. It's a great event, so it's very important to.
It's like the Coconut Grove Art Festival, right?
Exactly.
You don't go there planning that you're going to find a prime spot right in front of the gate.
I call it Costanza parking. I'm like, when I pull up, I expect my spot to be ready for me.
That ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Too funny. Production, if you can you cue the video that we have?
Pure elation. Save the lifestyle you want to. The Big Woof Fest. Woof it up, woof it up, woof it up.
Woo! Let me ask you, the happy hour. Does it include food or is it just drinks?
Yeah,
it includes food also.
It includes one drink, past hors d'oeuvres.
Okay.
There will be a drink, Voli 305. If you guys are not familiar with Voli 305, it's the vodka of Miami, partly owned by Pitbull. And so they are our sponsor. They're the official vodka of the festival. And there will be a special drink at the happy hour at a very attractive price, in addition to the drink that you get because of the happy hour. And that drink could be a cocktail, it could be beer, or it could be wine. It just does not have to be, one particular.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we're more or less, I think, in the same age area. One of my favorite vodka drinks, Kamikaze. Remember the old Kamikazes? It's funny. I still ask for that.
And now they don't know how to make it.
And some people don't know. And I'm like, that used to be the go-to. I'm like, what happened? I guess it's been 30 years since it was popular.
Time's passed, George.
Yeah, definitely. Are we ready for that?
I'll insert it.
Okay, no problem. So we'll be playing it. But I want to thank you, first of all, for taking time.
Oh, my pleasure.
Actually, before we go, I almost forgot to ask you, what was the beginning of the Big Wolf? What sparked that exactly?
So I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So I've had the pleasure of starting some companies. Some of them went well. Some of them did not go well. I pride myself in finding opportunities where other people find chaos and try to resolve it. And as you get into this world here of canine in South Florida, and really across the globe, across the United States, there's a lot of great clubs and rescues and fosters doing yeoman's work for our canine community. And to do that work, they spend a lot of time doing events to fundraise. And as you know, George, putting on an event is a major pain in the you-know-what.
Yes.
And the problem with these events is that they're not large enough to attract national sponsors, right? And so you end up doing an event, you get $3,000, $4,000, and you got to do it again because it's not enough funds.
Exactly.
So our theory was that if you did a large enough event in Miami, which is the 8th largest market for dog ownership in the United States, that you would attract national brands, and that those national brands would be willing to pay good money to cater to what is a very distinct and loyal customer segment, which is dog owners. And that if we attracted enough of these sponsors, then we could give back to those clubs, and they wouldn't have to work so hard doing events and really use the funds to take care of, to run their business.
Exactly.
And so the proof of it in the pudding of this year is Paws for You, which is a very well-respected, well-known local rescue, is our prime benefactor from the event. So we are giving a large percentage of our proceeds to Paws for You. in the form of a guaranteed check and also percentage of tickets.
wow.
And what we hope over time is that as the festival continues to grow and becomes the Coconut Grove Dog Festival, just like the art festival,
Right.
that those checks will continue to get bigger and that we can include other foster and rescue organizations as benefactors to the event. And then ultimately our goal here is to take this at a nationwide level. So if you think about that Miami's the 8th largest market, that means there's 7 more.
Exactly.
And the idea
And you could maybe even go straight up Florida. You know, we have lots of, Orlando, Tampa, work your way up.
So the idea is to, land the national sponsor so that we have a platform to go to another major city and say, okay, well, XYZ company, who is our national sponsor, is already on board.
Right.
And then we gather the local community, the local clubs. We've been blessed here in South Florida with the support of the 5 greatest people and clubs that I've ever run into. So I've got Adriana with the Miami Dachshund Club that you know very well, been instrumental in our success. Lali with the South Florida Corgi Meetup, fantastic. Ali with the Miami Goldens. And then you've got Natasha with the Sunshine Beagles and Yesenia with the South Florida Beagle Rescue. I mean, these are people that toil for their groups and their members, and they've actually helped us so much in attracting, because I didn't know anybody in the dog community until I started this.
Yeah.
And that's how we've been able to get all the people to participate in the buzz that we've actually created.
Yeah, and what's disturbing to me is that the kennels are full, and I've heard before that January is one of the worst.
Terrible.
Is the worst months. A lot of people get dogs for Christmas. It doesn't work out, and unfortunately, they end up in the kennel. And there's I even see a lot of times these groups, they're looking for fosters.
Yep.
And sometimes I swear to God, I just want to grab them all. Especially my breed, the Dachshund. They're little and they're so easy to care for, and they give so much love.
Absolutely.
So
The surrender rates are bad across the United States, but in South Florida in particular, it's a huge problem. People adopt a dog without understanding, like a child, the amount of work that it requires.
The responsibility and the money that you have to continue to keep the dog healthy and up to date. Even just with vaccinations, I see people that don't even vaccinate their dogs. I'm like, you have to vaccinate your dogs, especially if you have them out and about. It's so important to keep them healthy. And nowadays, the reality, let's be truthful. To own a dog costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money.
And a lot of, I shouldn't say, there's certain segments of people that treat them as property. And so when it's inconvenient, like changing the furniture, like we're moving, oh, I'm sorry, we don't want to pay for the dog to move. So we surrender the dog, right? Or they haphazardly adopt a dog without even understanding what the dog's breed is and how big is it going to get.
The traits, exactly.
And they live in a 800 square foot apartment and they adopt, or they buy a husky, which is not a good combination.
Yeah, I've seen huskies in Brickell.
It's
stuck
tough. It's hard.
in balconies, and I'm like, what are these people thinking? But listen, we try and do our best as long as the dog is taken care of. It's important. That's the most important thing.
And that's the group that's the work that all these rescues and foster organizations do, and Pet Paws for You and Miami-Dade Animal Services. We don't know what's going on, but it is a lot of work and it's a lot of dogs that unfortunately end up in the system.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate what you're doing because you're doing an event to benefit the community.
Absolutely.
And it's not just the community, it's the dog community, which is part of the family. So I appreciate it.
Makes it fun and education with dogs and everybody wins.
Exactly. And you throw in a happy hour and everybody's happy. All right, my friend. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, George.
I really appreciate
it very much. Real fun.
My friends, thank you for watching today. Please check out this event. You're going to love it. Take the kids. Take Abuela. She's going to love the dogs. You're going to love it. And if you're a sleepyhead, you can miss the 10 or 11, but show up at noon and make sure you participate. And if you want to skip everything and just go to the happy hour, go on there and have a great time, my friends. If you enjoyed this, please give me a like. And if you loved it, please share it with all your friends. Thank you for your time.